Now, the Unite the Kingdom rally through central London yesterday has been making huge headlines, some for the wrong reasons, some for an underestimation, actually, I think, of how many people were there. Depends who you speak to. There were 25 protesters arrested, there were 26 police officers injured, but it was a far bigger picture than just that.
Yes, the march was organised by Tommy Robinson, with Elon Musk delivering a live video message to protesters.
Well, one of our lovely viewers has said Dougie Beattie was there. Why don't you talk to him? Funnily enough, here he is.
Good to see you in the studio, Dougie.
Indeed, great to be here.
How many do you think were there?
I estimates at 110,000. I would say it was at least 3 times that. I mean, what was leaving Waterloo was easily 110,000. It was the kingdom coming to London. Every flag from the United Kingdom, and surprisingly to me, the Republic of Ireland represented there. There was full of mothers, grandmothers, fathers, sons. You know, I was amazed at the width of the population in London yesterday. It was amazing. And when they left Waterloo and started to go down through London, the ones from Birmingham joined at different points, all around the kingdom joined at different points. And as they made their way into Whitehall, there was huge numbers. And I mean, so many. I mean, Whitehall would have had 110, 150,000 in it. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I spoke to a few families who actually took their children out of there because they were afraid of a crush coming from the back to the front. And the only mistake really that the organisers made yesterday, because they were perfect the whole way through, their stewards were fantastic, was that they didn't take enough of Whitehall before they put the stage up. They could have went right in to the back of the MOD and further on up where the counter-protest was and still filled it. But the problem came yesterday was on the bridge at Westminster, because there were so many of them.
Nowhere to go.
Yeah.
There was nowhere to go. The police,
road.
The police decided to then put them off and down this inside of the embankment. And there was different police forces from all over the UK were brought in to help. And at that point, I don't think there was anything malicious in it. I genuinely think it was a miscommunication of police. Right at embankment, they redirected them, which really took them around the back of Whitehall, straight into the counter-protest.
Yeah, I mean,
Using the internet without a VPN, a virtual private network, is a bit like taking to the road without car insurance. All it takes is one unlucky moment to cost you a lot of cash. This video's sponsor is Private Internet Access. They are the VPN to help keep you safe. Click the link in the description below to find out why over 30 million people have downloaded PIA to protect themselves online. A virtual private network is an app that hides your IP address and helps keep your data private. When you're browsing the internet at home, you give up a large amount of data to businesses, to shops, and indeed to social media giants too. Hackers have the ability to steal your personal data with ease, including sensitive information such as passwords, keystrokes, and even your personal photos. Private Internet Access helps protect your personal data by encrypting your internet connection to keep your data out of the hands of cyber criminals. And it's not just hackers either to be concerned about. Information can be censored too. When Canada passed their C-18 bill, social media giants decided to ban news content on their platforms. But PIA can protect your ability to consume the news and content you love. Private Internet Access is available for Windows users, Mac OS, Android, Linux, iOS, and you can use one PIA subscription to protect an unlimited amount of devices. And we've got a huge GB News discount for you too. Click the link in this video's description and you'll get a massive 83% off PIA. That's under £2 a month, the price of a coffee, and you'll get an extra 4 months completely free on top. Also, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee too. Visit piavpn.com/GB News to start protecting yourself digitally today.
I was watching you. You spoke to a man who was saying, we're being kettled, and then the police attacked us. Was he over-exaggerating? What was he on about?
Well, they did feel as if they were being kettled. I do think it was a genuine mistake, by the police forces that were there. I mean, we walked back up to where that was. We could see confusion in amongst the police, but I genuinely don't think it was anything malicious, because the amount of people in there, I mean, coming from Northern Ireland, I have seen the police deal with public disorder, and they would rather, keep it separate and push it away. The police were put in an impossible situation there yesterday, and one or two mistakes pushed them down in towards the other protesters, and that's when the flashpoint started to erupt. I mean, at one point I was on air and I said, we have to get out of here, this is getting very prickly. There was actually a flare came in from somewhere, was at my feet, and when I was on air I kicked it away and I kicked it straight at the feet of a policeman.
Oh no.
who
You're
then kicked it up the road. But you're afraid at that stage it would be fireworks or something else, that would land at your feet. But all in all, a fantastic day.
What about the Elon Musk moment?
Well, the Elon Musk moment was, even for me as a reporter to stand there and sit and watch him arrive on the screen, it was a great, a great thing for Tommy Robinson to have done. He managed to achieve something that not many people have done. And the crowd went wild when he appeared on stage. Didn't necessarily agree with everything that he said. But yes, what a coup for Tommy Robinson to have that on.
Yeah.
But when I looked at that yesterday, it just wasn't a Tommy Robinson rally. These were not working class areas. And that politically for me, as a journalist, I was watching the numbers in that. Working class areas really don't vote. Mm-hmm. And yesterday I seen people from right across the spectrum coming in there. Not necessarily Tommy Robinson supporters, but would they vote for him? I'm not sure. And that could be a problem. That was my real thing.
Even you found the atmosphere exciting.
Oh, it was. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have failed to be moved.
You're the veteran of things like that.
When you seen all those flags, you heard the people singing, and then you sat and watched them on the bridge at Westminster. So as that went round like a J, they couldn't get. There was that many of them that couldn't get them into the bridge, off the bridge.
Because Dougie, you look at a lot of our viewers have been and listeners have been criticising us and other media this morning for focusing too much on the 25 arrests compared to the hundreds of thousands, as you say, were there. What was, from somebody on the ground, would you say a vast majority were just there peacefully protesting?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There was total peace. And I would say if there wasn't, I would say it was a disgrace, it was something. It wasn't. And it was because it was family oriented. Really, I know that's hard to say in a protest. But if you watch the stuff of the peace people and so forth back in the late 60s, it was that type of protest.
And every flag you can imagine. And I tell you what, don't the Welsh have the best flag in the world?
Yes, we have flag envy.
That dragon flapping in the breeze.
And I noticed the Northern Ireland flag flying in amongst it, which is really relevant now because in 1998, Tony Blair very much stopped the Northern Ireland flag being flown on buildings. He encouraged it not to be flown because of the peace agreement. And, that's what you're looking at now with St George's Cross, etc.
Yeah.
And I seen it there proudly in amongst them yesterday, and I thought, yes, this is people just wanting to say, we're here, this is our kingdom, we're in the capital of it, we want to let you know. And if I was a politician yesterday watching that, I would be thinking twice just about where you're going at this
Well, I suppose that's what it was all about.
And as the protest was dubbed, Unite the Kingdom.
And it did.
Absolutely. Well, Dougie, you'll be back in the next hour for us, so thank you very much for now. See you later.
Fascinating. And I hope that people have been getting in touch saying, we're misrepresenting the amount of people there. We're talking about far right. I don't think that's even a word that's been said this morning. And our reporting is correct, and you can trust Dougie. And he was there. Maybe there were more people than most of the outlets, and certainly the police are saying. But it certainly was. It was a wonderful sight to see people being peaceful.
And families as well.
Yeah, and all
Lots
those
of generations.
flags.